Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some football? Because I sure am. I'm Cobra, and I'm joined by Ryan and Tyler today. We should have more coming.
What is up, guys? How we doing tonight?
Hello.
Right, gladly. It's great to hear from you guys once again for another week of fantastic football. But we definitely had some news before we recap Week 7 and get into the bold predictions of Week 8. Obviously, we've had some quarterback dysfunction here in the ranks. I mean, obviously, let me speak. Currently using Timu Patrick Mahomes, Spencer Rattler. We have, of course, Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, absolutely cooked. We have Jane Daniels currently dealing with a rib injury. We have famous women respecter Deshaun Cosby blowing apart his Achilles and ruining the meme. Damn it. We also have quarterback dysfunction over in Yinzerland, aka Pittsburgh, as Russell Wilson had a start at his successful start in Pittsburgh last week, but we'll get to that when we recap. And
which is just disgruntled as usual.
I mean, the Giants are the Giants. They're gonna derp their way into a tank, okay? And of course, Carolina is back to starting famous.
Are they really starting Bryce?
They kind of had no choice. Andy Dalton had a car accident, so he's currently unavailable right now. Andy Dalton is okay, but he's not medically cleared right now, so he's basically sitting out a week. So Bryce Young has to start. They're starting Bryce Young.
No, I'm adding on to why he's not playing. They clarified his injury. They're actually treating him for under. He doesn't technically have a concussion, but they're treating it as a head injury. So
yes, and of course, famous concussion haver Tua Tagovailoa once again is cleared to return. However, he is omitting the Guardian, been distributed throughout the league, especially throughout practice. Guys, we need to discuss quarterbacks. Definitely. Tyler, give me your opinion. Which of these many moves will probably have a big impact?
The biggest one, honestly, is probably going to be Jaden Daniels being out, because Jaden Daniels has been an absolute stud since the start. If he doesn't start, I don't know if Washington's going to be that good, to be quite honest.
Well, Mariota did well against Carolina, but then again, Carolina's Carolina. They have an offense and defense, held up with string, super glue, duct tape, paper clips, and run by plumbers, Make-A-Wish kids, and people who wear red hats, Goodwill, that says "Make America Great Again." But let's not go there. Ryan.
What about you, Ryan?
Ryan, what's your opinion? I almost forgot to mention Indianapolis, but I think that's going to be a musical chairs type of thing. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, the most obvious one is that with Tua returning, obviously he can choose what he thinks is best for himself, but I think it's ridiculous that, considering the amount of injuries he's had, that he isn't even really considering the Guardian cap as an option, which would be just a tool to try and help minimize it.
Yes.
Oh, I 100%.
If he was just a regular quarterback who was like coming into the league, like I can understand rookies and whatnot not using it because they have no real injury history. But he has a history, and he's coming off of a fresh concussion. He's had 4 in 3 years.
And the thing with concussions is that they don't just go away when you recover from one. You actually have more of a likelihood to get another concussion when you've had a concussion.
Yeah,
it doesn't just magically go away. No, the injury stacks, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're also a higher risk for CTE itself.
Yes, and again, the only way you know if you have CTE is unfortunately when you die and they can examine your brain. That's the unfortunate thing. But for me, I have to say that probably the biggest impact that's going to happen is definitely in Cleveland with famous women respecter Deshaun Cosby blowing his Achilles. And potentially ending his career because his Achilles decided to do the Windows Media Player reverb. Yes, I know it just made you shudder on that one. With Deshaun Cosby having to get removed because he had no choice. His career's done. And Jimmy Haslam being cap strapped, now they have to play their starting famous Jameis this week. Jameis Winston, which is what the fans kind of wanted, if that makes sense. Like the fans wanted famous Jameis to start, instead of Dorian Thompson-Robinson. But because Dorian Thompson-Robinson kind of sucks. So famous Jameis is starting this week. Just a little spoiler, but I think that is a huge improvement over Deshaun Cosby because even when Deshaun Watson was healthy, you could just tell that he wasn't throwing right. He wasn't comfortable in the pocket. His mind was elsewhere. He was more focused on the lawsuits, the sexual assault lawsuits he had to settle.
And supposedly adding more lawsuits to the pile.
Yep. So that's it. That is all. Realistically, so since we are before we get to the ad read, we have to spin for a bonus point for the roundtable. And we're spinning, and bonus point goes to Tylor. Congratulations, you get your bonus point for the Jersey Lottery. Nicely done. All right. So our roundtable is brought to you Bulletproof Coffee and Supplements. Bulletproof Coffee has, of course, sponsored bold predictions during our pod. We're doing it here for our roundtable because they definitely have seasonal flavors for their coffee creamer. And you have, and welcome, Chris. So, like I said, Bulletproof Coffee, has coffee creamers out. No sugar added, real ingredients. They also have supplements, MCT oil, collagen, your super greens, protein bars. But if you want to try Bulletproof Coffee, why don't you head to our link in the bio, wherever you get your podcasts, show the channel some love, give Bulletproof Coffee a try, and see why it is the superior coffee drink. All right, so
fucking Judge, what the fuck?
Now we have to talk about.
I apologize, guys. I'm sorry.
Week 7. Oh yeah, right away with us, not a lot.
How bad is it this week?
Chris, while I have
Yeah.
You are cutting out, Cobra, most badly.
Yeah, I can't hear Cobra.
give me your opinion. Bless you. Wait, what? Oh, yes, check.
Yeah, now we can.
Chris, give me your opinion on Tua and the Guardian Cap. His refusal to
I mean, if it's something that's gonna help reduce concussions, you should wear it. But I mean, you can't force them. I get it, but at the same time, like, dude, like your brain's gonna be mashed potatoes by the time your career's done.
He's gonna be like Channing Tatum in that movie. I'm an name, Jeff.
Yeah, you can't force
that's the reason why I hate. I have
some
such
players
a love-hate relationship with the Dolphins.
All right. Okay. Hang on, guys. All right. So let me do. Now it's time for a recap. The New England Patriots fall flat in England against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 32-16. The Buffalo Bills and Amari Cooper sync up and decimate the Tennessee Titans, 34-10. The Lions squeak by the Minnesota Vikings, 31-29. The Seattle Seahawks destroy the Falcons, 34-14. The Bengals destroy famous women respecter Deshaun Cosby, and Deshaun Cosby falls, destroys the meme, and 21-14 Bengals. The Eagles revive a meme, 28-3 against the Giants. The Colts barely squeak by a quarterback-less Dolphins, 16-10. The Green Bay Packers hold the line and destroy the Texans in Lambeau, 24-22. The Rams beat the Vegas Raiders, 20-15. The Commanders make the Carolina Panthers their bitch, 40-7. The Kansas City Chiefs destroy their Super Bowl rival, the San Francisco 49ers, 28-18, and Devontae Adams falls in consecutive weeks to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 37-15. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. Thank you.
One of the best games of the week, 49ers versus Ravens.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. By the way, Yinzer, how's your asshole? I just, after all, it was frozen and shut. Fuck you! Dare you freeze it after dirt and turf, you bastard! Yeah. We'll go get it. The Ravens beat the Buccaneers 41-31. The Cardinals defeat the Chargers 17-15. And on Thursday night, the Rams upset the Minnesota Vikings 30-20. All right, guys. I want to hear your opinion. And I do. I want to hear your opinion. What was the best game of this week?
Honestly, my personal opinion, Ravens and Bucks. Honestly, that was one of the best games of the week.
Yeah. I gotta say of last week, I gotta disagree with that. If you like the good old fashioned one sided victory, your picks are definitely very grand. You could go Eagles, Giants, Bills, Titans, or Commanders and Panthers. You could go with those three easily. Other than those three absolute blowouts, everything else is pretty close. Everything else was closer. All right. So before we get to the ad read, we must spin the wheel again for our bonuses. Here we go, guys. And we're spinning. Nope. Let's try that again. I did not trust that. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have to pause the podcast for that.
Yep. All right, Chris. You get a bonus. Chris, congratulations! A bonus point for you.
Woo! Thank God you guys.
All right.
Thank God you guys did not do that. So
All right.
You guys heard that. Did you guys hear me at all? Because I literally just
by sleeves. Everyone in Tyler, I'm about to add read. We can hear you just fine. By the way, sleeves.com. Cobra's favorite place for compression sleeve drip. But they don't just do compression sleeves. They have mesh for football, visor clips, visors, receivers glove, mouth guards, backplate decals, training jerseys, and receiver gloves, mouth guards. They have stuff for baseball, the sleeves, bat grips, headbands. They have plenty of other things out there. Try sleeves and fantastic gear that delivers the drip. Why don't you head down to our affiliate link to bio wherever you get your podcast? Show the channel some love. Tell them Cobra sent you. At sleeves.com. SLEEFS.com. Alrighty then. We are now at our main event. And that bowl today by Dan and Supply will be at the end of bowl predictions. So, as you all are aware, last week we introduced the invasion. Anytime I am going down the list of the games, if you disagree with any of us, you have one invasion point. You can shout objection. You can shout I disagree. That don't work for me, brother. Or any other BS thing that interrupts, anything like that. So we're going to start, of course. The order is Tyler, Ryan, Chris, and myself. That's just how it will work. I will tell you the games. I will tell you the odds. Tyler, since we are starting with you.
What do we got for me?
We have Philadelphia at Cincinnati. And before we start, congratulations to Kevin Von Magnum for winning last week. And once again, we here at the Social Sports Pad Network, Hard Count, Dirt and Turf Podcast, The Lap Down, and Biscuits and Penalties. We want to remind you, we are fans of football. We are not experts. We're kind of idiots. Do not take our advice super serial. Please gamble responsibly. All right. So, Philadelphia at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is favored by 2.5. Tyler, what do you got? Give me that gold.
My personal opinion on that, my personal opinion, I think Philadelphia is going to pull it off because they have both Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown. So, Hurts has people to throw to. And it's the Giants. The Giants make anybody look good. But I think Philadelphia can pull it off.
All right. Okay. Ryan, Baltimore at Cleveland, and Baltimore is favored by 8.
All right. Well, I definitely think the Ravens are going to win it. And you know what? I'll say they cover the spread. I'll say they win by like 10 or so.
All right. Chris, Tennessee at Detroit, and Detroit is favored by 11.
Violent.
Yeah, they're definitely going to cover. I don't see Tennessee beating Detroit. Detroit has Gibbs, Amal Raw. They're going to cover that spread. It is the biggest spread of the. Yeah. It's 11.5 according to ESPN.
Especially without DeAndre Hopkins. Easy. This is easy. Yep. All right. And now I have Arizona at Miami. Miami is favored by 3.5, and I am going to say, this is Arizona. For obvious reasons, I'm saying Arizona because I think that Arizona, despite not having Marvin Harrison Jr., I think they will definitely defeat even though Tua is coming back, it's like how much can Tua really recover? How much half his concussion has he recovered from? All right.
I want to object so bad, but I can't.
Yeah, it's kind of sound. All right, Tyler. The Jets at New England, and the Jets are favored by 7.
Oh, that's an easy one. The Jets are going to cover this one. Patriots are NFC.
Objection.
Really?
Cobra. Yes. I am saying that the Jets don't cover the spread. The Jets have been playing like dog shit. All right. So I don't. Yeah. So you're saying since you say that the Jets are covering the spread, I am saying the Jets don't. So.
You still think they're going to win, or you think the Patriots are going to win?
I think they're going. I think the Jets are going to win, but they're not going to cover the spread.
Okay, I respect that.
Yep. All right, Ryan. Atlanta at Tampa Bay, and Atlanta is favored by 2.5 points.
Well, does Tampa even have a player who knows how to catch a football left?
Good question. Mike Evans and Godwin are out. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll take Atlanta to cover the spread. I think this is. I think Atlanta goes out here, gets the win, sweeps the Bucks this year, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it because Baker Mayfield's been able to pull off some magic before.
That is true. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Atlanta covers the spread though.
Okay. All right. Green Bay at Jacksonville. Green Bay is favored by 3.5 points. Chris.
I want to say Packers should cover the spread.
All right.
Yeah, I was about to object if you were going to say anything related to the Jaguars winning.
Other than when they host Indianapolis, right?
Trust me, I am well aware.
Yeah, sorry, you have to twist the knife, of course. All right, Indianapolis at Houston. Houston is favored by 5. You know what? It may sound like I'm smoking the weed here.
Objection.
The Texans. Chris.
Multiple people had to object to the same one, or is it just first person to call it?
First person to call it.
Objection. They're playing at home.
So you're going Houston covering the spread.
Yeah, I'm going Houston covering the spread. It's going to be a tight game, but I think Houston takes it.
All right. Yep.
What was the spread in that game?
Houston by 5.
Houston by 5.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. We're moving right along. So Tylor.
Yeah.
New Orleans at the Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 7.
Ooh, this one's a rough one. Well, actually, I'm going to have to go with the Chargers, and I don't think they're going to cover the spread.
All right. Well, the Chargers not covering the spread. Okay. Ryan. Buffalo at Seattle, and Buffalo is favored by 3.
All right. Well, I think you're going to see that Amari Cooper's even more well acquainted with the playbook now, and I think Buffalo is going to take an early lead and just run away with that one.
I mean, we definitely saw that last week. He had to get some help from Keon Coleman because when Josh Allen had to call an alert, you saw there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and Keon had to pick up Amari Cooper. So that was fun. But yeah.
Again, I think if you're weak in that system, I think you'll iron out some of those issues.
All right. Carolina at Denver. Denver is favored by 10. Denver is favored by 10, Chris.
I think that game is going to be tighter than they say.
Yep. All right. So you're gonna actually say Denver, but not covering the spread. Interesting.
I call objection right there.
All right, Tyler.
Even though Bo Nix is ass, Denver's kicking the living shit out of him.
All right, so all right,
Carolina.
cool. All right, so Tyler's going Denver. So
I'm the
Tyler
only
is
person who has an objection left.
We have 4 games left. We have 4 games left, and I'm pretty sure you're probably going to object to what I have to say. So, we next is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Chiefs are favored by 9.5 points. And I am saying that even though Kansas City wins this game, they are not covering the spread.
I don't object there. they've had a lot of close games. Shouldn't have been close.
Chris, you've already used your objection.
No, I know, but I'm like, I don't think nobody would object there.
Interesting. Okay, I thought that was a pure objection right there, but okay.
They've had a lot of games that have ended up closer than they needed to be.
All right, perfect. Tyler.
Hey.
Chicago at Washington, and interestingly enough, not Washington, but Chicago is favored by 3 points.
I doubt that. I still think, even though Jaden Daniels may not play, I still think Washington pulls out the win.
All right, Tyler is going Washington with the upset. Ryan is objecting.
I think the Bears get it done.
Chicago is covering the spread. Okay. All right. All objections.
Wait, what was the spread in the Chicago game?
3 points.
Yeah, I'll have Chicago cover the spread. I don't think it'll be a big lead, but I'm thinking maybe a 4-point win for Chicago.
All right. Perfect, guys. Perfect. All right. All objections have been used. Congratulations. Now, Ryan, you Dallas at San Francisco, and San Francisco is favored by 4.
Well, that's a tough one because neither team has necessarily looked like themselves. I'll take San Francisco, and I'll have them not cover the spread. I think it'll be a close game.
All right, San Francisco not covering the spread. Very interesting. All right,
I could
guys.
see it being a game that does cover the spread, but I'm thinking
it
could end up close at the end.
All right. Okay, guys, our final game, the Monday Night Football game. All of us have a pick in this. We are going to start with Chris, just because how this works. It's going to be Chris, then Tyler, Ryan, and myself. That is the order because, again, since Chris did not get a final pick, he starts us off on Monday night. It is the New York Giants against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Emperor Noot, a.k.a. Chris, Pittsburgh is favored by 6. What do you do? Give me that bold.
Give me that game for yourself, Mama.
Yeah, no, you're right. Pittsburgh got the Super Bowl. Steelers got Super Bowl. Get him out of here. Yinzer. He's going to be annoying. Especially when the Yinzer is here to tell you that the Steelers got the Super Bowl and going to defeat them derps all the way to Derp City. See ya, Freak Show Central. Derp, you live in Jersey, Giants. Pittsburgh again covering the spread. Tyler, it's your team. It's the Giants. Give me the ball.
I'm not. As much as I want to, I can't embarrass myself. Like Pittsburgh is going to more than cover the spread. It's going to be a win for me. Giants.
All right, and Ryan, your turn.
All right. Well, I think this one's pretty simple. I think Pittsburgh. I think they proved that they've got 2 quarterbacks who can both play football pretty effectively, and I think that Yeah, they will win and cover the spread considering how far off the Giants seem.
Stellar Star Super Bowl. All right. Okay, Yinzer, that's it. Someone send him the cryogenic storage and of course, once again, keep his asshole frozen. No, don't freeze my asshole shut. No.
But yeah,
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. All right.
I think the big thing
And
for the
so-
Steelers, before they can start thinking about Super Bowl, they have to figure out how to get past the second half of that schedule.
Anywho, that is it for our Week 8 bowl predictions. And like I said earlier in the start of it, it was brought to you by Duke Cannon Supply. The holidays are approaching, and Duke Cannon knows all about it. That is why they have released a version of their fragrances. Of course, which features Santa's cough syrup and other than that, well, they bark, the Yule brick, the Santa's pipe smoke, illegally cut pine, and of course, oh fudge, a brand new fragrance from Duke Cannon. I guarantee that's probably going to smell chocolatey. Nice. But, of course, if you want to give this wonderful gift of cleanliness this holiday season, use our affiliate link in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. Show the channel some love. And, of course, that is Duke Cannon Supply Company. All right. And so we must spin the bonus wheel. We must spin the bonus wheel for our final pick. For our final bonus of the day. Here we go. And we are... And Chris, another win. All right. Chris gets another win. Nice. So that's back-to-back wins. All right. That is it for the Hard Count podcast. And, of course, we have to give our thanks to our affiliate links. Fanatics, Dr. Squatch, and Jukebox Organic Soap. W Energy, Fubo TV, Century PC, Smack and Sunflower Seeds, Bulletproof Coffee, Sleeves, and Duke Cannon Supply Company. It's been a very interesting 2024 season for us. I mean, especially, but the good news is original founder of the Hard Count, Ricky, is back. He is back home. His knee has recovered, but he has to do physical therapy to get everything moving and functioning right. But hopefully next week, when I am not on my away mission, I'm kind of not at home. I'm at a hotel room. That's why it's a little echoey in here. But again, hopefully we get Ricky back into the podcast and have a little bit of fun. Especially with this brand new format that we have started with the invasion points. But once again, I am Cobra. On behalf of Tylor, Ryan, and Chris from Noot City. We'll see you on the field. That's it.